13 ABC's Willie Daniely has been on the scene all night, has the very latest now.
I'm here on State Route 103 in Bluffton, where there has been a home explosion that, according to the Bluffton fire chief, has claimed 2 lives. I spoke to a man living across the street, and he tells me the explosion shook his entire home. When he ran out, he could hear one person shouting from the basement. He says by the time he returned with his phone to call for help, he says the voice was gone. Diane, this 11-year-old girl tells me she was literally trying to turn lemons into lemonade on Saturday, and she was not expecting to be robbed right outside of her own home.
Kind of mad, but sad, but I'd say I'd forgive them.
Grace Rowden was selling lemonade in her neighborhood on Saturday. She got a chance to make a few sales before these 2 came up and bought a glass.
He came back and said, how much would a pitcher of lemonade be? And I went inside to go ask my mother, came back, and I was like, he's gone. I was outside with the pitcher. I was like, okay. And then I sat out there for a while, and then I noticed my whole entire box was gone.
The 2 boys, who are described as middle school age, escaped on a 4-wheeler with around $30 to $40 that Rowden earned. She says when she realized the money was gone, she was in shock.
Well, I ran inside, told my mom. Me and my brother ran around the car and started looking for them, and my mother made a police report.
Grace explained that it's especially upsetting because some of the money was going to be donated.
So I just sell lemonade, and I would be giving some to my church, too, like 10%.
She says she's not going to let this ordeal put an end to her business. She will be at her stand on Wednesday, this time with a lesson learned.
Yeah, it'd be a better decision to carry my money inside instead of leaving it out there.
So far, none of that money has been returned, and there is no word on the identities of the 2 young men from that Ring camera footage. Rowden tells me now she knows better for next time. Tina, one woman living here on Loch Lomond tells me she and her neighbors take pride in their homes, and she doesn't want this house to be a reflection of the community.
We have called the Toledo Police Department, we have called City Council to try to get some type of resolution in order to get this taken care of.
Brandy Quinn has lived on Loch Lomond for 21 years. She says this house has been an issue since she and her family first moved in. In recent years, it's become so overgrown, you can barely see it from the street.
This is really scary, and this is an eyesore. And if there's a property that looks bad in the neighborhood, it makes the neighborhood look bad. And if the neighborhood is looking bad, it makes the city of Toledo look bad. And we cannot have this.
Quinn says no one should be inside the home, so it troubles neighbors on Loch Lomond when they see the old owner poking around the property.
It was condemned by the city. They placed boards on the outside of the house, and when she thought that the coast was clear, she pried the boards off, and she had been sneaking back inside of the house and bringing more things over here.
According to Quinn, there are dogs and cats that live on the property, and someone keeps coming back to feed them.
I'm also afraid that if we are in our yard entertaining with all of the wild animals out here, that something may try to crawl underneath my privacy fence and attack my family and I.
She says they've tried and tried to get something done, but nothing.
My husband called, and they said they would have someone out on May the 28th. And as you can see, with all the rain that we've had, this grass is steadily growing higher and higher.
When I went to get answers from the city of Toledo, representatives tell me this property has fines dating as far back as 2016. They've sent inspectors out to the location multiple times. As far as the grass, the city blames the recent rain and plans to send crews out to get the lot under control.
We all try to keep our yards freshly manicured. But this here, like I said, it is a terrible eyesore, and it makes our beautiful neighborhood look bad.
As you can see, the grass is still high, and Quinn tells me that the odor is now worse than ever. I will continue to keep you updated with what's going to happen here at this property on Loch Lomond. If you have a troubled property in your community that has become a neighborhood nuisance, reach out to me on the social media below or send me an email at willie.daniely@13abc.com, and let's see what we can do about your problem. The festival kicks off officially tomorrow at 10 a.m., starting with the parade that begins at Glenwood Park. Visit 13abc.com to see that parade route and find out more information on what's going to be happening at this festival. Reporting live in the Old West End, Willie Daniely, 13 ABC Action News.